What is up? Why did I do that? I don't know. This is the official beginning of the October vlog. I do plan on doing some shorter content videos this month, but as you all know and are painfully aware of, I often say that and do not follow through. I would apologize about it, but it is what it is. You know, life gets in the way sometimes. My 6, about to be 7-month-year-old takes priority over everything. So if I don't get around to it, I don't get around to it. However, I did want to talk to you guys today. I just started editing the September vlog, so that's going to be late going up regardless. But I did want to talk to you guys about the last 4 books, and I'll explain why I'm doing this in a minute, that I need to get through this month in order to reach my goal of buying 2 more. So for those of you who are new, for the past couple of vlogs, I have talked about this goal that I have set for myself, where I have to read 10 books on my TBR before I am allowed to buy 2 more. Originally it was only 1 more, but my partner was like, nah, because I want so many books. I am essentially a book dragon. I'm kind of transitioning over more towards like bookworm, because I'm actually, you know, digesting some of these books that I've purchased and that have been sitting on my shelves for years. So yeah. But this month marks a lot of very interesting readathons and events, so I might end up getting a little bit behind. But I did want to talk to you guys a little bit about each one of those things that I'm taking part of. I make it sound like there's a lot. There's really like 2. There's really like 2. And if I'm sniffling a lot, I am so sorry. My partner has been sick. My mom has been sick. It is not a good time in our household right now. Where am I at? So Wicked Reading. I want to say her name is Sarah, but I could definitely be wrong about that. Anyway, Wicked Reading, I will link her channel down below, has started a book bingo thing. And it begins this month and it goes over the course of an entire year. So you will hear me talk about this off and on. If you are familiar with her channel, you already know what I'm talking about. If you're not, please go check it out because she's amazing. It's so funny too, because a lot of times me and Sarah, please tell me that's her name. I hate that I can never remember literally anything. It's funny sometimes because she and I have very different opinions about certain books, and I have a feeling that if we were actual friends in real life, we would butt heads a lot because we do have very different opinions. But I love watching her content and I love hearing those different opinions about certain books. So I'm not one of those people that takes it offensively if someone doesn't like a book that I loved. You know what I mean? We're all different for a reason. But anyway, she has, if you go on her channel, she has a free document to where you can actually print out her official bingo card, sheet, what have you, along with all of the rules. I'm not going to talk to you about all of her rules because she has a whole video about that, so go check it out. I'll link it down below. Ugh, the sniffling. But I did my own journal spread. Please be kind because I know how simplistic and a little ridiculous it looks. But yeah, there's basically my very simple bingo spread for the year. And I wanted to get to at least one of these prompts. So she has all these prompts and you can, you know, just get one bingo and be done with it, or you could do a goal of blackout board. But she also has all these prompts in hard mode. So I at least want to try to get a couple of different bingos. I sincerely doubt I'll be able to do a full blackout board, even in a year, you guys, because like I really just don't read enough. I take that back. I might be able to. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I definitely wanted to get to the prompt of this is Halloween. I want to be able to mark this one off of my bingo board this month. So I was trying to figure out like how can I get this prompt done in hard mode? And I'm not entirely sure if this counts or not. It's a very short novella. And I know, I can't remember if the rules say that novellas don't count for hard mode. Hold on, I'm gonna go look at the rules right now because I printed them out and put them in my journal. Okay, so it says limit novellas to only 2 out of 3 of the spaces. So I can definitely try that. But for hard mode on the This is Halloween prompt, where is it at? It says that trick-or-treating has to be mentioned. So I'm not entirely sure if this will constitute hard mode or not, but it sounds like it will from the blurbs on the back. And that is Dead Leaves by Keelan Patrick Burke. I've had this tiny little novella, which is actually a short story collection, on my shelves for I don't even remember how long. Like, I don't even remember purchasing this. That's how long I've had it. I don't remember. And, you know, I haven't read much of Keelan Patrick Burke. I did read Sour Candy earlier this year, and I loved that. I really did love that. So I am going to see if I can get through this month before Halloween so I can mark off at least one of my bingo spots on the board. So that is a goal for this month. And then I'm still in the process of reading Stalked by Seduction and Shadows on my Kindle. I'm still only like 50-ish. I'm still only 53% of the way through. So that's going to count as one of my books towards my purchase goal. I'm not going to count the novella by itself towards the purchase goal because it is so short. I usually try to have something be about 300 pages before I count it towards the goal. So in order to get close to that mark, I'm going to add another novella, which I haven't really picked out yet. I'm thinking I might do Bloodlust, which is a dark romance. I'm not sure if it's a monster romance or not, but it's like a very smutty book, very short smutty book, and it's like a Jaws retelling, which we love that. I was supposed to read it over the summer and just honestly didn't get around to it. But I might add that to the mix because I'm still very intrigued by it and I want to know what happens. I have picked out my last book. Oh, let me backtrack. I am still working through my H.P. Lovecraft stories. I basically compiled a list of all of his stories, chose at random from my collections, because I have the entire collection of all of his works. I chose at random enough stories to basically fill that 300-page slot. And I have about 8 or 9 stories left to get through at this point. So that will ultimately, once I finish all of his works for this time around, that will count as one book. So we have that, we have Stalked by Seduction and Shadow, we have Dead Leaves along with another unknown novella at this time, and then I have already picked out my 4th book for the end of that goal, but I'll talk about that later when I finally get to it because I don't want to be reading all of these different things at once because then I tend to get very overwhelmed and then I go into a reading slump where I just don't read shit. Okay, now at the end of this month, I am super excited because I am going to be partaking in Vampathon for the first time ever. Now, I think Jody from Vanilla Moon, I'll link that channel down below. I'm pretty sure she is the creator who started Vampathon from the get-go. I think that is right. If I'm wrong, call me out in the comments, it's fine. But I am very excited. Her video about what Vampathon is and, you know, different books that might fit it and the prompts and stuff like that. I will link that down below as well. I just find it so fantastic. I find it so interesting. I also did a Vampathon journal spread. It is so chaotic and so messy. Look at that shit. What was I doing? What was I doing, guys? What was I doing? I was being a chaotic mess. Now, she also did a bingo board. Hers is a little less, like there's not as many prompts, but then again, it's just for 6 days. It's not for an entire year. And she has a really cute gravestone bingo board that I think you can access if you are a part of her Patreon, I think. But I like to just create my own versions of things. And I got a little bit chaotic with this shit, but you know what? I don't care. I had fun doing it because honestly, I have not junk journaled in so long. It was so refreshing to just sit down and junk journal and be creative and just kind of like have creative upchuck in my journal. So that was nice. But yeah, this goes from October 26th to the 31st, which of course is Halloween. So I've already picked out which one of the prompts I'm gonna try to shoot for in order to get a bingo. Because it's only 6 days and I do have very limited time to read. I'll probably do the easiest bingo that I can because I would like to be able to say, hey, I got a bingo. I did also purchase merch. She has a merch store that you can purchase Vampathon gear for. Obviously, you don't have to. And I think the bookmarks are on the Etsy store. I don't know. I'm just going to link her channel and you guys go figure it out from there because there's a lot of different links on her videos that are really awesome and they lead to some really cool stuff. So there's that. Also, one of my coworkers gifted me this awesome bookmark. I'm gonna show it to you guys. It's got a little tassel on it. Look at that. It's like a tarot card, but it's the reader. Isn't that cute? That is so cute. I'm definitely gonna be using it forever. But yeah, those are just some of my plans. If you watched my last vlog, you know that I have been trying desperately to make crochet pumpkins. These are my first attempts. Still definitely getting the hang of it. I'm pretty good on the pattern part. It's the putting it together and stuffing it correctly to where it's not quite visible, if that makes sense. Like the stuffing's not see-through like that. I'm trying to learn some different techniques, but yeah, I got some little stuff. I wanted to do this like ombre color, but I'm not loving how it's turning out. So I did grab some cheaper, just like bald, bright orange thread that I think I'm gonna try to use today to make some like bright ass pumpkins. But I do still like the other yarn. I'm probably just gonna make a shit ton of pumpkins, you guys. But with this particularly, I want to see if there is a way to add a jack-o'-lantern face to it, because I think this would be like just the most amazing jack-o'-lantern. You know what I mean? Anyway, I have talked and I have talked and I have talked. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you for being here, and I will check in and update you guys as I get to reading and as I start making crochet projects, and that's pretty much it. I hope y'all are enjoying spooky season because I just have a feeling this year is going to be a good year for it. camera's about to die, so I'm gonna make this quick. Oh my God, I can't stop sniffling. I just read one tiny little chapter. I am now only 55% the way through, so I literally only read one small chapter, and it has me just like one of those moments, and I hate it. Because after the whole God complex thing, I will be your God. Ugh, that was so cringe, and it was so ugh. I was like, I'm not gonna love this book. I'm not gonna love it enough to continue with the series. But now it's like, it's winding me back in, and Rune is definitely getting back on my good side. He is so sweet. He is so loving, but he's also like dominant. And you know, we love that. We love that. I didn't really like how he was handling it so soon into their relationship, but I feel like now things have kind of slowed down and things are becoming more like what you would expect out of a realistic DS relationship. So I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. And he is just so sweet, and she is just so broken. They're both very broken, but I feel like because he is this like ancient vampire lord, he deals with his brokenness in a better way because he's had to live with it for so long. Whereas with our female main character, she is, you know, human, young, and she's just not dealing with her brokenness in a healthy way. Not in the worst way by any means. She could be dealing with it in a lot worse of ways. But for the most part, this is going good. This is going strong. I'm only halfway through this book though, and they're already starting into this relationship. It's still very much like, you know, only a lusty thing. So I'm wondering what all is going to take place in order for this to become like a solidified emotional read. But there are some little moments, little cute moments that tug on my heartstrings. So I'm excited to keep going. And yeah, I made one tiny pumpkin earlier. I want to crochet more, but I really need to devote more time to reading when I have the chance because I really want to buy more books. I want to buy more books so bad. Anyway, I'll check back in later. Hopefully my camera will not die, or no, I have backup batteries. I'm smart on occasion. Pardon me for somewhat looking like death today. I have not done makeup in a very long time. Since before I got pregnant, I just haven't done makeup. And y'all, I don't know if I was going for vamp grunge or what, but that's kind of how it came out. I don't have anything to undo this. I hate these fucking stickers. Okay, anyway, I just got back from my lunchtime Walmart shenanigans, and I found some really cute things that I kind of wanted to haul with you guys. Literally, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, and only 2 of them are spooky related. Don't come for me, okay? Don't come for me. This is the simplicity of a new mom, new-ish mom, who works all the damn time and never has any money. Anyway, I was able to get a couple of really cheap things at Walmart that are so fucking cute. Can I just say? First thing being this adorable pumpkin mug. Look at that shit. Like, it's see-through, but it's orange. Why do I always feel the need to like do the ASMR thing? Just like but I have been so FOMO with all these people on YouTube lately who have these pumpkin-y type mugs. I have been wanting a pumpkin-y type mug. So this fucking thing was literally $3, and it's glass. It's fucking glass. It was $3 at Walmart. I wanted to get like 6 of them, but my partner said no. So I got the one. Next up, I have been wanting to try to get more to-go cups. I prefer them this size, like the real big, almost Starbucks looking cups. I do have a Starbucks one, the green one that you guys have probably seen a lot. This one I think was from Cracker Barrel. My partner's mom got it for me, and it's so cute. I don't know if you can tell. There you go. Look at that. It's got skulls and it's metallic-y, and we love it. It currently has pumpkin spice chai in it because when does it not? But I found this little guy for like $3, $4 at Walmart. He's tiny. He's tiny. Yes, he is very tiny. So like in comparison, it don't hold quite as much. But you know what? It's wider, especially at the top with the skull part. And it's see-through, and it is glass, but it's like hard glass, not flimsy glass like this. And it has the screw on top, the metal or aluminum, I guess you would say, top, so it's not gonna get mold in it. Because I don't know if you guys know. But you know those glass jar-looking cups with the glass straws? They have the little bamboo lids. You see them everywhere. You see them on Amazon. You see every single fucking person on BookTube, BookTok, and Bookstagram has them. I don't know if it's just that I bought the cheap shit or what, but the bamboo lids, even though I was regularly washing them and sanitizing them, no, I didn't spray weird chemicals and shit in there, but like they started to get mold around the inner lining. Every single one of them started to get mold. And it's not like I let them sit dirty, and you can't put them in the washing machine because it said not to on the ones I got anyway. So I was like, what the fuck? Das fuck. Anyway, that didn't make any sense. But I love him. We have, you know, cute fall spooky glassware. This just makes me so happy. And I only spent like $6 on these 2 items collectively. I was out of cinnamon swirl bagels, so I had to get some cinnamon swirl bagels. Can I just tell you, why does it look like that's moldy? Is that just the cinnamon? Better just be the cinnamon, because if I just bought these shits and they're moldy, I'm gonna freak out. Let me see, these are best by October 22nd. They will definitely get eaten by them. Definitely. So, other than the bagels, I had to get more Earl Grey tea, because your girl has been obsessed with making London fogs. And the best tea to make that with, obviously, is Earl Grey. I don't know if that's like a requirement for it to be a London fog. I feel like you could use other teas. But they didn't have the normal brand I get, so I got Bigelow. I've heard good things about Bigelow, and I'm pretty sure I've had this brand of tea before. Like, it's just black tea. Give me the black tea, all right? Picked up some of that. Randomness, I picked up some rose water cleansing towelettes because I have been obsessed with rose water lately. Like, I have rose water based face moisturizer, rose water based face cleanser, which I actually am not happy with. And I don't know if it's because the cleanser is not actually helping, or if maybe my hormones and stuff are just causing me to break out. Like, I know it's not the makeup, because I have not been wearing makeup up until today for months on end. So I don't know. And last but not least, I'm gonna get in trouble over this because I specifically asked, can I please, please, please get Vincent another book? And my partner was like, no. Anyway, I got The Call of the Wild, but it's the junior edition. So like, it's basically the story, but condensed down to where like not little kids, like Vincent's about to be 7 months old. He understands nothing, okay? But he likes it when I read to him. And lately, all I've been reading to him are super short baby books, and I'm wondering what he would do if I tried to read a good chunk of this. Plus, it does have illustrations. Not to mention, my step kiddo cat has been having a lot of homework lately where she has to read. And I'm wondering if she is at this level. I feel like she would be at this level. Because like, look guys, look. I feel like she would be at this level. Or at least she could be, she could test herself with this. Plus, I mainly just wanted it so that I could read it to Vincent. Because The Call of the Wild is one of my favorite classics. I looked high and low, and it was $1. You guys, where is it at? Where is it at where it says it's $1? Look at that shit. I mean, obviously plus tax. But it was only $1, and they had a bunch of them. They had The Secret Garden. They had Huckleberry Finn. I honestly hated that book. I hated The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Hated. So no. But this was the only one they had that I genuinely want Vincent to know about and potentially love someday. But they didn't have any spooky ones. I was hoping so bad that they would have like Dracula and Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, you know, like spooky ones for the season. But they did not, unfortunately. But I'm going to keep my eyes open from now on, now that I know about these. Because these are called, what are they called? They had like a little name in the bins that they were in, because they put them above all of the books in the little kids book section. Don't even look on the regular shelves, people. They literally stacked them in these little things and put them up high. I guess because they don't want them to sell well because they're so cheap. I don't know what the fucking point is of that, but I'm so excited. And if I ever find a $1 little Dracula, what have you, for me to read to Vincent, oh, you can bet your sweet ass it's coming home with me. So I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this one, but it is what it is. I accept it. I accept it. But yeah, that's literally all I picked up at Walmart. And I got my step kiddo some socks, because apparently she has a personal sock gremlin that sneaks into her room and makes her socks disappear. Anyway, I am going to now put all this shit away and get back to work. Such is my life. But I hope y'all are having a good day. Hello. It is October 28th. What is that, 4 days until Halloween? I didn't film shit this month. I didn't film shit. I did a little bit of the regular vlog for this month. I was supposed to do so much more. I was supposed to do my book haul this month because I do have enough books to do like a little mini haul. I was supposed to do Halloween shopping videos. I was supposed to do so much this month, and all of that just kind of went out the window because work has sucked the big one lately. And you know, it is what it is. Life gets hectic, especially around the holidays. Working in mental health and the medical field, you know, things tend to get very crazy very fast around this time. Not to mention, I haven't really been in the Halloween spirit as much this year as I would have liked to. And I think that's just because it's been so unbearably hot. Like, don't get me wrong, I live in Texas and every year it's pretty much hot for Halloween. But I feel like this year is like ungodly hot. We still have 90-degree weather every single day. And we had this nice little sweet spot where at least in the mornings and evenings it was like in the 70s and it kind of felt nice outside. Because like in the fall, I just really want to be outside all the time. Even though we don't really like have fall colors and foliage here. But it has just been so hot this past week. I had my little family get together for Halloween. I made some more pumpkin chocolate chip muffins. So good. Anyway, it is Vampathon. I know I talked about it earlier in this vlog. I was supposed to do an entirely dedicated mini vlog for Vampathon, and it's already day 3 of Vampathon. And Vampathon is 6 days long. How many times am I gonna say Vampathon back to back to back? I don't know. But anyway, I have 4 books that I'm trying to read within the 6 days, and we're already on day 3, and guess how many books I have completed? None. I'm still on my very first book. However, I am over 50% of the way through. We are reading The Gathering by C.J. Tudor first. The bingo board for Vampathon, there's one, I'm trying to go like diagonally to get a bingo before Halloween is up. And the first prompt was like, read a book that you can really sink your teeth into. And I have been wanting to read this book since I saw it come out, basically. Since I heard about it, since I saw it on the shelves. And then for a while it wasn't in the bookstores anymore. I don't know what happened with that. I didn't see it anywhere. I finally have it. I haven't hauled it yet, but it was one of the first few books I bought whenever I reached my little goal thing that I've been working on. So very excited. Also, I really wanted to make sure I read a vampire book for Vampathon. Like, I know that's not necessarily a requirement, but I really wanted to try to read an actual vampire book because this is the first year that I'm participating in Vampathon. So, and this book, let me just tell you a little bit about what it is about. So far I'm 50% of the way in. So in this world, there are vampire colonies and then there are like human towns, right? And it's basically become a situation where humans have technologically advanced to the point where they can absolutely decimate the vampire population if they truly wanted to. And the vampires are not really being portrayed like the monsters they normally are, where, you know, they're just like hunting children in the night and all this stuff. They are definitely more human-like. There is a turning process. I don't have all of the ins and outs of the lore yet. So I'm still trying to, there's still like a lot of vagueness about what pieces of like traditional vampire lore are being used in this book and what are not being used. But anyway, in this world, the vampire colonies have almost been pretty much exterminated. There is this one particular colony that was almost culled, and that's the thing I'll get into in just a minute. Several years ago up in Alaska, they were near this town called Dead Heart. And And then, let me see, an incident happened where a young boy was killed. They thought it was a vampire because of the way he was killed, and the government actually didn't step in. The people in Dead Heart took the law into their own hands and basically killed several members of that colony, and the colony fled. They left for a long time. Fast forward into the future, we're having a situation where the colony has returned, and it's been peaceful for a little bit, but then all of a sudden another boy gets killed, and it looks very much like a vampiric killing. So we have our main character, her name is Barbara. She's like a middle-aged female detective who's like not super physically fit and kind of a smart ass. We love her, and we love the fact that our female lead is not a traditional like super young, beautiful, sexy lead. I want a real person, and I feel like Barbara is a real person. And then we have Jensen Tucker, who is like this outcast, used to be the sheriff back when the first incident with the first boy that got killed, and then he like basically self-isolated himself outside of the town in Alaska. He steps back into the role because she needs his help, and they are in the midst of this mystery. Like, was it a vampire killing? Was it not? How can we avoid a gathering, which is basically an all-out war declared between a vampire colony and a human town, and it's going to be nothing but bloodshed? How do we avoid this? Who actually killed this boy? Is there a serial killer involved here? There is a lot of craziness going on. So we love that. It's very interesting. But yeah, I'm going to try my damnedest to finish this book today. I'm literally over halfway through at this point. And then on my next read, which hopefully won't take me very long, is Ibitsu. Ibitsu? Yeah, by this person. Don't ask me to butcher their name. It is a horror manga because one of the, prompts on my little diagonal slide that I'm trying to get for my bingo is to read a spooky or horror manga or graphic novel. So I have actually had this on my shelves for a hot minute. So, and this one should not take me super long. The other books I have for my Vampathon specific TBR include The Halloween Tree, which is the spooky middle grade story. It's super short. I want to read that one actually on Halloween. I think that would be really cute for myself. It's just like a cute little childhood experience for myself. And the last one that would get me my little diagonal bingo is Sweet Nightmare, which I don't have that book with me because I'm at work right now, but basically, look, this is what we're trying to do, okay? We're trying to hit these 4 markers. And so the last one is a dark academia setting, and Sweet Nightmare is like set in a university of some sort with monsters and stuff like that. Like, come on. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're trying to do today. I have been crocheting pumpkins out the wazoo. I have them decorated all over my little office. I've been learning how to crochet little stuffed ghosts, which has been very difficult, but I'm taking a break from crocheting right now because I want to hone in on Vampathon and just read. Anyway, I'm gonna take a break because my brain is fried and I have some work to do before I can get a chance to read. So yeah, I'll check in with you guys later. fuck. It has been a hot minute since I filmed, since I did anything. I know y'all are probably tired of hearing it, but work has been crazy lately. I am excited to say that I have been cleared to take a vacation next week. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything fancy, mainly because I am broke as a joke. But I'm just excited to be able to like decompress, be at home with my family, my baby, still get paid, and to just be able to chill. Also, my partner has a lot of things going on next week, so it will be nice to be able to just like have some one-on-one time with Vincent while he gets some stuff taken care of. Might go on a little mommy son adventure day or something, I don't know. But it is now November. It is now November fucking 4th. Okay? And I was supposed to have a whole separate Vampathon vlog. I was supposed to have like all sorts of shit filmed and put up in October. Obviously none of that happened. I didn't get a chance to do hardly any filming. I didn't really have much privacy for the past several weeks. And work, again, has just been absolutely slap-ass busy, which is fine. Like, I'm not even complaining about that. It's just, you know, doesn't leave much time to really soak in my hobbies. But even though I wasn't able to film a lot of the Vampathon that I took part in, I actually got to take part in a readathon, you guys. And I know that nobody like cares. And I don't really like, I don't know any of the people that were involved in creating the readathon or anything, but I was able to read 4 books for Vampathon. I think I did a preliminary walkthrough with you guys, but it's been so long now that I don't remember if I even filmed that or talked about it. So let's just do a recap, shall we? I did this beautiful, to me anyway, journal spread for Vampathon. As you can see, I was able to get my bingo for the bingo board. And I was able to do all of the Instagram challenges. So that was really fun. So for a book to sink your teeth into, that was kind of open-ended and kind of like a little bit of a freebie space in my opinion, because it was kind of subjective. I chose The Gathering by CJ Tudor because it was just, it's one of those 2024 releases that I have been anticipating so hard. And I did buy it within the past couple of months, and it's just been sitting there staring at me every time I go into my little library room / office thingy. It's just staring at me, and I was like, I need to read this book. So I read that book. I gave it a 4.5 star rating, but the more I think about it, the more I feel like it really did deserve a 5-star rating. And if and when I reread that book, I probably will ultimately give it a 5-star rating. I think I was just feeling a little bit disconnected from the story because I was rushing, because I really wanted to complete all of these books and actually like meet the goal of the readathon. So also I am hoping that there is a sequel coming. I don't think there is, like nothing has been discussed online that I've seen about it, but dear God, that book deserves a sequel, or a series even. I would read every single one. For a spooky middle grade, I chose The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury. I only gave it a 2-star rating. I did not vibe with the way it was written. I did not vibe with the strange, like tangential way that he wrote the story. Like, it was pretty, it was atmospheric. I think it's a great little book to read for Halloween, but it just wasn't really for me, so that's fine. For a spoofy. For a spooky graphic novel or manga, I chose Ibitsu, and I'm not even gonna try to say the author / artist's name because I'm challenged, but I gave that book a 3.5-star rating. It was very good. There were moments that made me a little uncomfy and were a little like suggestive of incest, in my opinion, or maybe I'm just like weird about that. I don't know, but the artwork was beautiful, gory, grotesque, lovely, and the story itself was really captivating and interesting. I liked it. I liked it a lot. And the last book
which actually wasn't the last one I read. But anyway, the last book was for a dark academia setting, and I chose Sweet Nightmare. I don't remember the author, so I will put the author's name up here if I think about it during editing. I gave that book a solid 3-star. I think it is the first book in a new series that's coming out. I enjoyed the ride. I don't think I enjoyed it enough to continue with the series. To me, it was a very typical YA paranormal romance. And it was interesting, and some of the side characters were really fun, and the plot was interesting, you know, like it was interesting enough to keep me going with it. However, right at the end, and this might be a little bit of a spoiler, but like right at the end, right at like the last freaking 50 pages of this book, all of a sudden we find ourselves in the most stereotypical fated mates situation. And I kind of rolled my eyes at the ending of this book. I was just kind of like, ugh, like we spent this whole book not having any say, any discussion, anything about the idea of fated mates. That was never even a discussion. That was never even a thing in anyone's mind. So I don't really know where that came from, why it was just thrown in there right at the end. It was so not necessary. The two lead characters were obviously in love with each other and were going to end up together anyway, so I just don't understand why there has to be like that added twist of destiny involved. Like, why can't we just have two people be in a relationship because they want to be? But anyway, it was all right. It was all right. Don't think I'm going to continue on with this series. But anyway, that's all I did with Vampathon. I did manage to read all of them by Halloween. I did take the day off after Halloween because I just love Halloween and Day of the Dead, and I wanted to do some things for both and just kind of like chill. And I was able to do that, and I had a really good time. Other than that, this week's going to be a little bit crazy, but I should be able to be in my office, so yay. So I'll be starting a new vlog, the November vlog, either today or maybe tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure, but we're starting with a short story collection. That was the topic that I plucked from my TBR cup, was a short story collection, and it fits one of the categories needed for the horror bingo that Wicked Reading is doing for the next year. And this one fits even hard mode because it has more than 12 stories in this collection. And this collection is centered around Halloween. So I'm like carrying on the Halloween vibes into November because I love Halloween. That is all. But I'm only like 2 stories in. I just finished up the short story called Dirt Mouth by Stephen Graham Jones. That was traumatic. That was traumatic and disturbing. But other than that, we're just getting started, so I'll probably start November's vlog off with that. Other than that, I don't have anything else, you guys. Life is crazy. I love my baby. That's it. I will see you all in the next vlog. And I hope you all had a wonderful Halloween, Day of the Dead, spooky old time.